Good morning, students. Our today's topic is equipotential surface. As it is clear from its name that it is a surface having equal potential at everywhere. Okay, so equipotential surface is a surface at every point of which electrostatic potential remains same. Okay, then this surface is called an equipotential surface. Now there are certain properties of equipotential surfaces. The first one is that, as we know that the potential due to a single charge is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r. As due to a charge, potential is depend on r only. So for a same distance due to a point charge, potential remains same. So by joining the locus of all points at r distance, we obtain a sphere around the charge. So we can say, due to a single point charge, equipotential surface are concentric spheres. Okay, the second property is that, from the definition of potential difference, we know that the potential difference between 2 points, say A and B, is equivalent to the work done on unit charge in bringing it from B to A or from A to B. Okay, so potential difference between these 2 points is, say, it is VA minus VB, where VA is the potential at point A and VB is the potential at point B. That must be equal to work done in bringing charge from B to A. As point A and B are on equipotential surface, that is, potential remains same, that is, potential at A must be equal to potential at B. So this work done must be equal to 0. So work done must be equal to 0. So we can say the work done in moving a charge over any equipotential surface is 0. Okay, the third property is that, we know that if a charge is moved, say point charge is moved at a distance, say dl, over an equipotential surface. Okay, so small work done dw must be equal to force into distance. As the force is on an electric field, so it must be equal to q into E into dl. Now, as we know about this point, that work done in bringing a charge or in moving a charge on equipotential surface is 0. So this dw must be equal to 0. As charge is unit charge, so we can say it is E dot dl is equal to 0. So we can say E dot dl is 0, means E dl cos theta is 0, which means cos theta is 0. because E and DL not 0. So we can say theta is 90 degree, where theta is the angle between DL and E that is electric field intensity. So from here we conclude that the electric field intensity is at 90 degree with the equipotential surface. So we can say electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Okay, so E is normally outward or inward to the equipotential surface. Okay, the next one is, say, fourth property is that, consider this one. Now as we know that electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface, so we can say two equipotential surface can never be intersect. Why? Because when two surfaces are intersect with each other, then at the point of intersection there are two normals giving the direction of field, which is not possible. Okay, so we can say two equipotential surfaces can never be intersect with each other. So next one, if we want to draw the equipotential surface, as in the first point we already described that the due to a single point charge, electric equipotential surfaces are concentric spheres. So we can say the concentric spheres like this around this charge are known as this. These are all equipotential surface. Okay, as electric field is normally outward from the positive charge, so we can draw these lines which are, says, the electric field lines are normal to the equipotential surface. Okay, so at each and every point of this sphere these lines are normally outward, that is field is perpendicular. Okay, similarly in case of two charges, say if we have two charges, that is say both are positive charges like this, these charges are separated by a certain distance. Now the equipotential surface are in the form of spherical surfaces around this charge. So as the field between these two charges is varying, now if we consider the point between these two charges, say here, then at this point charge there is electric field due to these charges in this direction and due to these charges in their direction, so they can be neglect the effect of each other, and hence field is becomes weak in between these two charges. So equipotential surfaces are become rarer. Okay, so in the space between these two charges potential surfaces are rarer like that. Okay, similarly for this also, in this direction it is rarer. So it is clear that in between these two charges, these surfaces are far away from each other, and in this side they are very close to each other. Similarly, in this side they are very close to each other. So we can say the equipotential surfaces are far away from each other in a weak electric field, and these are close to each other in a strong electric field. Okay, so this is the equipotential surfaces in case of this two positive charges. Okay, if we draw further surfaces, then it becomes like this. So we can say the equipotential surfaces are dumbbell in shape, like a dumbbell, due to a system of two charges. Okay, similarly, in case of two charges, that is positive charge and a negative charge separated by a certain distance, now the field between these two charges is very strong. Okay, so we can say in the space between these two charges, potential surfaces are close to each other, that is like this. Okay, similarly here, outside they are very far away from each other, and inside they are close to each other, like that. Okay, so again they are in dumbbell in shape. Okay, so this is all about the equipotential surfaces and their property. Thank you very much.